Very terrified and confused, a 20-year-old girl named Alice finds herself sharing her fears in a cafe, in the company of her love Charlie. Charlie can't believe what is happening, and he confesses to Alice how confident he had been, thinking that she was protecting herself with a contraceptive method. But it was not like that. Alice, very confused, states that her pregnancy should be around 10 to 13 weeks and now she doesn't know what to do and is afraid of being a young and inexperienced mother. In addition, she is very worried about the reaction of her mother, who will be far from approving of the unplanned pregnancy because they are entrenched in rigid family customs. Unlike Alice, Charlie decides to take a step forward, and with full determination is willing to rid his love of anguish. For this reason he romantically improvises a marriage proposal in front of everyone present, which they supported with applause. Thus Alice accepts the request with a warm hug. Several weeks have passed since the meeting in that cafe, and even so, the shadows of doubts and fear continue to haunt Alice's life. However, in a doctor's office, she managed to find the answers that her soul had been screaming for years.
You don't have to be afraid of a child.
Since at that moment, fate conspires in his favor by placing the figure of the enigmatic Teresa in his path, who, in addition to revealing the sex of her baby, makes him an unusual invitation, which Alice finally accepts. As the remaining weeks of Alice's pregnancy pass, the long-awaited day finally arrives where her first child is born. 5 years have passed since then, and we see Alice more confident and determined, since Teresa's invitation to go to church has favored her in her personal life, and now she will face new challenges having conceived a second motherhood, of a girl this time. However, the behavior of her children was not adequate. For this reason Teresa intervened again to give her the answer that her spirit was looking for in Proverb 21:13-14, since Alice does not know what to do with the bad behavior of her children. After 10 years of marriage, we see the growth of a family that has prospered through faith and reading the Bible. However, all that glitters is not gold, and challenges are never lacking in the life of a Christian despite having the answer in the Bible. In all this time they are already the parents of 3 children and they made the decision to adopt little Amanda, thus forming a family of 6, but as parents they do not know how to control their children. One night, Charlie entertains himself with a game that it is not suitable for children, because there is violence in it. However, he does not stop playing despite Ronnie's presence. It is there that his mother intervenes in front of the child, but the only result was an argument. In their lifestyles, success in finances is so notorious, and these are in fair measure, with the absence of Charlie at home, especially in the lives of their children. And this will be evidenced precisely in the double and unexpected drama that the family is about to experience, when Ronnie as a student makes the decision to study at a university far from the city, due to the influence he had from his school friends, to believe less and less in God and go against the beliefs of their parents. But to further darken the picture of the confused and sad Alice, as added value, she discovers that her little son, who is already a man, consumes prohibited substances. For this reason, her mother calls Ronnie's attention, but he gets upset and decides to bury the fragile and aching heart of her mother, leaving with the most sordid and cold farewells to a destiny that will be uncertain for him. Meanwhile, Charlie's distance in the life of his adolescent daughter, Katie, extends more and more and he begins to show his results. This would be possible when he realizes that Katie sneaks out of the house at night to secretly see a boy who doesn't treat her very well. It is there that Charlie and Alice realize their mistakes and decide to start a new order in their lives with their family. For this reason they take the step of spending time with their children to spend time together in koinonia and love. A couple of years have passed, and both the koinonia and the teachings that parents have given their children are becoming deeper and more solid, thus leading them to share quality time, walking and learning together as families that grow up in God's love. On this occasion, through contact and family time, Charlie has discovered the talent that her youngest son Yos has in the kitchen. Although it is a practice very contrary to Charlie's customs, he found in the letters of the Bible answers to support Josh in his passion and strengthen his talent in this trade despite his own judgment. Despite the family union that they achieved through the changes, their son Ronnie is still absent. There has not even been any type of contact with the family in all this time. However, they were able to find out through social networks that they are grandparents. This news has penetrated the depths of the feelings of the couple, who in an emotional rapprochement are comforted by the peace that only the presence of God can provide in their hearts, and for which only the Lord can be thanked for the miracle of life, and accept with love the plans that He has put in His ways. Alice and Charlie hope with faith that the good Ronnie breaks with the hard distance that the mysteries of life led him to take. In order to do so, be present at Kate's wedding, who is about to get married. After several weeks, the long-awaited day arrives. And while Kate arranges the headdress of her wedding dress in front of an elegant mirror, she at the same time advises her little sister, who will be her successor within her parents' home. But, more than that, it is about strengthening and accompanying her father, who will be affected by the regulatory law of life that they are about to face. The wedding closed with a sentimental and profound message, which good Charlie prepared for the newly married couple, in an intimate and above all spiritual ceremony, which was attended by close friends and relatives who smiled through tears at the moving words from the father of the bride, who did not fail to warn the groom to never stop taking care of his daughter while they live in this world. Years go by, and even though Kate worries about her older brother, she never manages to get him to answer a phone call, but she keeps insisting and sends him voice notes to invite him to their parents' 50th anniversary celebration. Meanwhile, Alice and Charlie reap the rewards they sowed in their marriage. While Charlie, he pays tribute to Alice with romantic words, while she confesses to having been inspired by Joshua 9, a proverb that has encouraged him to prepare a romantic breakfast for her and take him to bed. An action that in all the years of marriage she had not performed. In another setting, we see Josh become a seasoned chef, doing the right honors at his parents' golden wedding celebration. Taking charge of a majestic culinary reception, which will honor the legendary marriage in the celebration. The surprises continue, and this celebration promises to have an added value that is not expected. The evening began with an exciting ceremony, which led each of Charlie's and Alice's descendants to pay tributes with moving words, which would be accompanied by solid acknowledgments. But, an unexpected event is about to occur. Ronnie suddenly enters the room, who had not done it before so as not to steal the attention that the meeting deserved. The eldest of the sons appears after 30 years of unjustified absence, presenting himself firmly in the middle of the room. He expresses a speech of lamentation and repentance for the absurd distance. Time is sometimes irreparable and cannot be recovered. This is the price that Ronnie will have to pay for having strayed from the path that his parents followed, despite the guidelines that the Bible would have shown him, and to which he selfishly adhered. However, in the loving hearts of Charlie and Alice, there is no room for claims, condemnations, and much less rancor. In this way, they give them an energetic and affectionate hug that only parents, full of love and peace, can give their children. Thus, for these parents strengthened in the faith of a living, pious and reconciling Christ, forgiveness will always exist, and there will never be a better home than the home of mother and father, where they will always be received with open arms. In this way, Charlie and Alice were blessed by their unwavering faith, receiving Charlie's descendants among them. This is the summary of a Christian movie based on real events called, Like Arrows. Click here so you don't miss the next story.